Lazarus come out. We are all familiar with this story. How he was a close friend of Jesus, and how, despite hearing that Lazarus was ill, Jesus dawdled and delayed. About how Lazarus died before Jesus arrived. The New Testament often used the expression of sleep to represent the physical death of believers. Jesus used the story of Lazarus to raise in John 11:11. Matthew also uses the word sleep for the believers who come up back to life at the crucifixion. Matthew 27. And Luke uses it when Stephen was stoned. We believe that when we die, we are just sleeping. What a deeper meaning of Lazarus' story is a call for each one of us to live an abundant, joy-filled life walking with Jesus. The call, Lazarus come out, Jesus isn't just calling his best friend Lazarus to wake up and rise. Jesus is also calling us, to you and me, to walk with him on our pilgrimage through this life instead of being trapped in our own tomb of fears and worries. Jesus is calling us to live in a community instead of hiding in loneliness, cut off from others. Lazarus, come out. Maybe Jesus is calling those folks who are practicing to be Christians to wake up and come out from this spiritual tomb they have built for themselves. To come out and walk with life with Jesus. To come out and leave the comforts behind. And maybe Jesus is calling to you and to me. Jesus is calling us to do justice, to show mercy, to walk humbly with our God. To each and every one of us, Jesus calls and invites us to walk with him or humbly with God. Maybe that's because Christian journey is what most important. Maybe that's because we need to pay attention on how we are living in our community. And we need to pay attention how we are living our life instead of focusing on our self-preservation. Perhaps the story of Lazarus is also Jesus calling us to lead a new life here and now. In our continuing need to break out the comfortable lifestyle tomb we have built for ourselves, I know that it is not safer inside a comfort zone. And it may even seem quieter inside our spiritual tomb. No one to disturb us. But there is a work that God calls us to do. And it's laid out in the Bible. God makes it clear again and again that we're to love others, care for the poor, and live our lives in such a way that we point to the power of the gospel. When we contemplate what God calls us for our lives, those universal commands are a great place to start. God is still in the business of calling his children to be in his side.